Hey friend, welcome to day 10 of my 30-day challenge. If you've watched any of my videos, you'll know what I'm doing. The earlier ones, I kind of explained it more in depth, but I'm just stretching myself a little further this year than what I have in the past. And I gave God my unconditional yes a few years ago. He's taken me on a whirlwind journey since then, and the things He's calling me to now scare me. So that's why I'm doing this, is to move past my fears and just to give Him my yes fully. So happy Monday, and I hope that your week is starting out well. I had a little bit of a difficult weekend in my health. I've mentioned it a couple times that I'm dealing with some health issues. Nothing serious. I'm not dying, okay? But it's just, I think it's my gallbladder. I want to say that. It's what it sounds like. All signs point to this. And sometimes it causes me some severe pain. And so Friday night, Saturday night, I was in just tremendous pain all night long. And it's because the first time it happened, I went on this 2-week kick of just extremely clean eating, and I felt so good. Imagine that. Lots of changes in my diet, and the more I did it, the better I felt. And then I felt so good that I got comfortable, and I started relaxing, I guess, a little bit on Saturday. I didn't eat anything really bad, but I ate more than I ought to have. That sounds right. And I at the very end of my day, I had something that had like a creamy sauce on it, and it's that fat, the fatty stuff, the creamy stuff that's not good for me right now. And so I had that, and I felt overly full from just snacking and munching all day long, which I haven't been doing, and that resulted in a night of tremendous pain. So as I sat on the bathroom floor asking the Lord, why? Like, why is this happening? I thought I was healing, all those things that we bring our nonsense to Him, and He's so patient and gracious with us. The thing He's been revealing to me is that in my business, I talk a lot about godly rhythms, and because I don't believe in balance, I don't believe that most of our life is going to be balanced most of the time. We're always going to be a little off balance somewhere, and that's okay. That's just life. It's fine. But it's about creating healthy rhythms and God-centered rhythms. And what I've realized is that throughout my life, the few times that I've really focused on health, what I've actually been focusing on is weight loss. And I've never done it in an extremely unhealthy way. I don't do highly restrictive diets most of the time. I don't do extremism, generally speaking. I have done highly restrictive diets. It's not a good idea. But I've been successful at times. When I was in my mid-20s, I lost like 50 pounds. I felt great. I was doing really well. Even after having 2 children, I bounced back. Not completely, but I was still doing pretty well. And then depression hit. And that, I would literally just sit at my desk and put fistfuls of M&Ms in my mouth. Like, it was bad, okay? I'm getting really real with you guys. I walked through a year of very deep depression, and in that time, I ate my feelings. And I've tried a few times since then. The Lord did deliver me from that, by the way. Miraculous deliverance. It was beautiful and wonderful, and I've been set free ever since. But the few times since then that I have tried to focus on my health, I have focused on diet, I have focused on weight loss, and not on actual health. Not on making my body strong and eating foods that nourish me, but it's been more of the idea of like a caloric deficit. Again, I don't do extremes here anymore, but it's been about the number on the scale. It's been about the size of my clothes, and I don't want that anymore. I don't want that anymore. I want health. I want to make my health of my body in rhythm with the Lord, just like I make my spiritual health in rhythm with the Lord, just like I make my emotional health in rhythm with the Lord, just like I make my home health, the way I steward my children and my life at home and my finances, all of those things. I want to live in a godly rhythm. but I've never focused on my health in terms of godly rhythms. And so that's where I am now. And that was a little bit more than what I normally share here. I hope you don't mind. But if you've ever experienced that, if you've ever given in to diet culture or just focusing on your health in terms of the number on the scale, and you have failed and you have struggled and you have thought yourself a failure, you're not. You've just bought into the culture. And that is at the root of it, is that I am done with our culture. Not our people. I'm done with our culture. I'm done with the lies that we've been served our entire lives that tell us that we need to focus on all of these things that we're just distracted to death. We're distracted by the number on the scale. We're distracted by the news on the television. We're distracted by the constant scrolling. We're distracted all the time. And I don't want to live in distraction anymore. I want to live in intentionality. And so part of this is intentional eating, intentional nutrition, intentionally moving my body more. And regardless of what the number on the scale says, doesn't matter. Matters is how my body feels. Matters is how my knees feel. Like, they've been hurting since I had my baby, like actual pain in my knees, and I'm 37 years old. This should not be the case. So if you're experiencing pain in your body and you're experiencing a lack of mobility and you're just like, I feel tired all the time, I feel weak all the time, I don't feel like I can keep up with my kids anymore, or whatever is in your life that you want to keep up with, then maybe this is for you. Maybe it's time to step away from diet culture, step away from the mainstream culture as a whole, and say, I want to live in a healthy rhythm with the Lord. And that includes my body, because He only gave me one of these. And how are we supposed to live out our callings, friend? How do we do that if we're in broken down temples? It doesn't work. So we're going to start stewarding our temples a little bit better. We're going to start being mindful of what we put in our mouths. We're going to start being mindful of not being a sedentary and just sitting around all the time. And we're going to care for the one body that God gave us, so we can complete the things that He has for us to complete on this earth. And that is my encouragement to you. You can step away from diet culture. You can step away from caloric deficits. You can step away from extreme whatever. I'm not saying there are some things that are maybe good for a season. If you need to give up sugar for a season, great. If you need to give up carbs for a season, okay. But that's not what this is about. This is about healthy rhythms. So if you are ready to go on a healthy physical rhythm journey, doesn't roll off the tongue, but that's okay, then stick around and let's see what happens. Happy Monday.